Welcome back to some of my favorite memories of the Appalachian Trail. The approach to Irwin, Tennessee offers this amazing view of the river valley. And speaking of views, a big thank you to Nemo and her uncle for these pictures of a bear who insisted on hanging around camp with them, hoping for an invite to dinner. This stealth camping spot is north of Irwin, just past Beauty Spot. This isn't an official shelter location, so there's no creature comforts like an outhouse privy or water source. I still prefer these kind of spots over the shelters. You don't have mice, and there's fewer bears that come snooping around in the evening looking for food. It seems like there's always something unexpected around the next bend in the trail. A single car fender far from any road just makes you wonder how it got there. What's the story behind it? Natural surprises are everywhere as well. Large rock formations beg the question of their origin too. Why are these huge layers at such a steep angle on top of such a high ridge? Some surprises are more memorable than others. This fawn was inches off the trail and waited until I was right next to him to call out and scare the bejesus out of me. He, on the other hand, wasn't afraid at all. Now I know what the deer says. The trail turns into a strange mixture of sensory overload and deprivation at the same time for me. Not having people around seems to make the colors brighter and the sounds more interesting, but I found myself treasuring every opportunity to compare with others what we each experienced. The commonality was expected, but learning that I missed something or saw something the others didn't wasn't. And for the record, that fawn pranked everyone that day. These blazes on the trees are how we know we're on the right path, because sometimes it is hard to know. But a little belief usually results in a positive outcome. I can assure you that hiking with a tennis pro and a 20-something is exhausting. But I'm climbing Roan Mountain, and I'm in the cloud layer. Actually, right now I'm about to pop out above the cloud layer. So let me look down a little bit here. You can see the clouds. So I just came through the rain layer of it, which is pretty, it's interesting. It's a nice cool rain. It's very gentle. Doesn't even really get you wet, but it looks like I'm about to pop out above the cloud. The reason I wanted to catch this now on video, I haven't been doing a lot of video these last couple days, but I wanted to catch this while I still had an opportunity, because I don't know if there's going to be another elevation where I'll be able to be in the clouds again during this trip. So it's another perfect day. We're looking back at Roan Mountain, no longer covered by the clouds we saw in the last clip. Weather, or more accurately, invulnerability to weather, is something we take for granted in our day-to-day life. Air conditioning, heat, and the good sense to step inside from the rain are options you don't always have on the trail. Weather changes quickly, and when you're outside, it can catch you out pretty easily. In the minutes after this clip was recorded, a thunderstorm rolled in. Being on top of a ridgeline during a storm is a bad idea, but somehow it led to the unplanned pleasure of being huddled with other hikers in the next shelter, trying to get dry, performing Metallica's Nothing Else Matters after dinner. You guys, I don't know the name of this ridge or these balds, but one's right after Roanoke. Huge storm coming in. I got to get off this ridge line. All indications on the maps that everyone I talk to says everything up here is a lightning rod, and I'm hoping, yes, we're dropping down the other side of this ridge now, so maybe I can get past the storm. I've got 2 miles to the shelter. It's too rough to run, but I might run anyway. Have fun, guys. You know what? It is a perfect day. But no, it is a perfect day for me because it's nice and cool. I'm up in the clouds on 8 balls. I'm not sure which one, but that works to keep me cool so I can keep moving faster. Heading into Roan Village today. I might even get a hot meal. for lunch rather than having to wait till dinner. That'd be good. So, hope you guys are all having fun as well. Have fun. When you see signs like this, you feel like you're getting somewhere until you realize you're just walking along the Tennessee-North Carolina border, while other signs seem a little more realistic than they need to be. This is a hostel in Roan Village. It's beautiful, and as much as I enjoyed the hot meal that I had, I really didn't enjoy sleeping in a building that night. I did enjoy getting back on trail the next day, and even more so seeing the next marker, 400 miles. So we've gone more than 100 miles in this trip itself. Sometimes you're just walking along and you have to say, holy cow. This waterfall crossed the trail, and it was really worth the effort to climb it. This is another one of my favorite pictures with Llama and two of the Incredibles, Ninja Bear and Trooper. This, of course, is a snake that they found along the way. The views don't have to come from the highest ridges, but it's always fun when you run across the sign that points all the way back home to where you started this long trip. It's still hard to believe that in less than 2 weeks there won't be any water at all to find. We did find another great stealth site to camp at, though. Unfortunately, as we'll find out in the next video, I contracted poison ivy. If you like what you're seeing, be sure to subscribe, and as always, please provide feedback in the comments on what I can improve on.